We are very excited about our next guest, trailblazing actress Sonia Manzano. She's best known for playing Maria on Sesame Street for 44 years. Writing for the show won her 15 Emmy Awards and a Lifetime Achievement Emmy. She's also a prolific children's book writer. Manzano's newest historical novel for preteens is called Up Cuban. It's about 4 different experiences and backgrounds affected by the Cuban Revolution in the late 1950s and early 60s. And Sonia Manzano is here. It is such a pleasure to have you in studio. Good morning.
Well, thank you. Good morning. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
So talk to us about this book, Up Cuban, and the inspiration, because it's told through the eyes of 4 teens and their different experiences during that time.
Well, you'll appreciate this story. This is how it started. I'm at a party, at a book party, and a gentleman, a United States citizen, said that he was, his father had a chicken farm in Cuba in 1959.
Wow.
Castro comes in, nationalizes everything. The family has to leave immediately. Sadly, they leave the family dog behind. Boo-hoo, I said, oh, I'm so sorry you left your dog behind. And he said, no worries. The dog showed up in a boat in Miami 4 months later.
Wow.
Well, I thought, well, this is a hilarious little picture book.
Right.
But when I started looking, reading more about the revolution, to sort of round out this simple picture book story, I realized how many other things happened. Kids, families were separated. Kids came with their families. Some kids came alone with Operation Pedro Pan. Then I thought, well, these are the kids who left. What happened to the kids who stayed? Well, then I had to read about those kids. Yeah. And that's what inspired 4 different stories about the effects of the Castro's revolution.
So the book is geared towards middle school age kids, which are some of the most important years of their lives. What do you want them to take away from it?
Well, I'm hoping that that they get inspired and they get hope from it. You know, we're letting them down so much. We can't protect them in school that well. We can't help them get into community colleges either. What we can do, or what I can do, is give them stories, because when you put yourself in the life of another kid who's successful and prevails, you say, oh, I got 6th grade. I mean, you know, he got past Castro. He had to leave home. He had to go to military school that he didn't want to. And they prevailed. And sort of it gives our children, or the reader, hope that they could overcome their problems and change their narrative. Stories changed my narrative. I went to stories when I was a kid. I love to read about other kids and how they did and how they succeeded. So I'm thinking this book will do that. Not about learning about Castro.
Right.
They could do that on Wikipedia. This is about social relationships that these kids have.
You have so many projects still going. You just renewed a 2nd season with Alma's Way.
Yes, yes.
And you're looking at doing books with that as well.
Yes.
What keeps you going, and are you inspired by the children's programming that you see now, knowing that you were on this groundbreaking show for 44 years?
Well, I'm inspired by kids. You look at a bunch of kids and you say, who can sing and dance? They all raise their hands, right? So they all have enthusiasm for living. And of course, Sesame Street came out of the 60s. That's why it was successful. So when I was asked to create the show for PBS, I looked around and I said, what is society, what's happening with kids now?
Right.
What's happening now, we expect a lot from them. They have to be tested, they have to be memorized, and a lot of kids who can't do that think, oh, I'm not smart. So I thought, let me create this show, Alma's Way, which is about thinking. It actually shows the thinking process. So we did get picked up for a 2nd season of PBS, so we're very happy about that.
Well, I know I can speak for so many. Thank you for your contributions.
Oh, thank you
to the culture and to education, for raising so many children. And you look great.
Oh,
what is the key to staying young forever?
I think it's that Muppet makeup that
there it is.
I mean, they don't change
either.
Sonia
Manzano, thank you so much. Up Cuban is on sale now.